Hello guys, and welcome once more to Endor Wars. There we go. Right, okay, so basically we are where we left off. I've decided instead of sending the fleet or the high seas fleet into the Thames estuary, I am instead going to wait. I'm going to stay in this province and see if we can actually try and sink some of these ships here. We have a battleship squadron, two armored cruisers, a light cruiser squadron, and then the rest is made up of torpedo boats and a airship destroyer. And then the submarine flotillas. Sinking these submarine flotillas would be quite nice, actually. Try and give myself an advantage in something like that. I imagine the Grand Fleet is over here. They've got to be over there. The weather is horrifically bad right now. It does make me wonder if you can actually even go up it. I don't think you can even go up it. No, you can't go around Scotland. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I was going to say, if they come this way, I could try and get around Scotland. But no, that would prove to be impossible, as it does seem. So, we are where we left off. So, basically, orders are the same. I'm just going to see how the progression goes. We already have this decision over here. I'm happy with these guys over here being on the attack. How many men do we have here? So we have 30,000 men here. We have another 26,000 here. Then in this force over 107,000. So I think we might be able to go for a sustained attack, even if the attack is even made. As we already have some breaches, we have 2 breaches within the actual defences of Antwerp itself. So we'll have to see how things turn out. Really, we'll have to see. Right, those guys are set to sorted from structure once an allied army arrived in the area, so fantastic. The command of Eric... Where, is it Eric von Falkenhayn? I think it's Eric. Yes, of Eric, or Eric von Falkenhayn is heading over to Longwy to be able to give my bloody troops army command again. That was a bloody balls up by me. That was such a balls up. Oh well. I'm happy with what the Serbians are doing, actually. I mean, as soon as I repair this rail, then it's fine. But if they send troops out into my territory and I can just crush them, no problems, and that's easy for me. There's no hassle there. Okay, so we're going to stay here and repair the rails, are we? Huh. Not enough war material. I seriously doubt that one. Is it something to do with the Russian? No. That's extremely odd. Unless it's this province. Oh, yes, I think it is this one, actually. Yeah, it's definitely that one, because we can't rail there to repair it. So, fair enough. Okay. Right, that would be a bad move sending him over there, as that force is actually a little bit stronger, so we'll hold on for the time being then. Okay, we're going to a defender. They should be reinforced by this force over here anyway, in case of the worst happening. So, we will end the turn. I am sorting out, well, I did sort out the Ottoman armies last time. I know it seems a little bit pointless to turn these generals, these Ottoman generals, into full army commanders, but honestly, it's going to allow me so much, like, flexibility later on in the campaign. I mean, a corps commander has about 24 command points, which is about, well, one corps is made up of 4 units, or elements, I suppose you could say. Well, multiple elements, obviously, within the units themselves. But you can have, like, usually 2 infantry, 2 artillery, or you can have 2 infantry, 2 supports, or 2 infantry, that sort of thing. And artillery and support. So, yeah. Being only able to have 2 corps under your command at once is not particularly helpful. If you can have 4 corps under your command at once, then that's fantastic. Then you can get a higher concentration of force. They're all going to be working in unison rather than working as separate entities. So I do like the idea of making my Ottoman forces into proper armies. It will allow for the conquest of Egypt to come about a hell of a lot faster. So we'll have to hope for that then, shall we? Okay, waiting for the game to get its shit together. I want you guys to know as well, I'm giving up my Fallout 4 time for you guys right now. Feel honoured. Feel bloody honoured. Right, I like the idea of sinking that fleet over there. Oh, right, yes, this was... Oh, dear. Well, this was the turn that we're going to make some advances on the African possessions, where it does seem that the French have other ideas. Then again, I honestly do not give a single shit about the African colonies. The men, however, could be brought back to Germany. That would be good. Okay. I'm happy that we got the spies. Really nice to be able to get some kind of idea of what the Russians are doing. Oh, hello! No losses inflicted or sustained. But we can see that, yeah, we would absolutely devastate this force. Absolutely devastate it. So we'll have to see how things go. Defeat over here, oh well. No skin off my back, really. Yes, we can see that the British are definitely sending forces across. What are they doing? What are they doing? Well, we've seen an increase in strength of the Entente forces then on the front. I imagine that's because of the time they've had to stabilize our front. Oh, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, all we need to do is maneuver our forces. Once we take Antwerp, I'll have a lot of men freed up, and that's going to be great. The Russians are massing, of course. Look, mate, you can do what you like to them. I mean, you're taking huge losses just to take this, and it's really not worth much, so honestly, go for it. I'm still favouring the plan of encircling these troops here. It's the best plan we could possibly get to eliminate a large amount of men. I mean, 2,000 combat strength is probably 150,000, 200,000 troops, so that's a hell of a lot of men right there. So that would be lovely to try and destroy. I need to move this gunboat to the other side of Warsaw, actually, see if I can try and block any of that movement. It's interesting to see how the AI moves its men, though. They have a hell of a lot of single divisions, if you guys notice. So what does that signal to you guys? Well, to me, it signals the fact that they've taken horrific losses at Lemberg, and that they're having to churn out divisions to replace those losses. Which is interesting, because then they've lost their divisional coherency. They won't have the support, they may not have the artillery that they did before. So we'll have to see. Oh, here we go, again. This is going to be great. I need some kind of total victory here. How many men are we looking at over here? 2,000. Yeah, there's nothing left. Yeah. About 12,000 men, and we killed half of them. We have 427,000 infantry here, 27,000 cavalry, and 1,600 artillery pieces. We have a vast numerical superiority with the Austrians over the Russians now. Well, I don't know well, actually, no, I would say that we probably do have more Austrians than we do have Russians. The good thing is, though, we're all concentrated, and I'm going to use that against the Russians. We are going to steal all their supplies, if possible, which I believe shall be possible. They do have control of the rail lines, however, so that's a shame. Ah, the Serbians are making a move. Right, there's a fleet over there. I don't know how strong it is, though. I do notice that the High Seas fleet has recovered some cohesion, so that's quite nice. Okay. Yeah, so that's a hell of a lot of single divisions. I think I may sweep in on that using Hindenburg and try and clean up some of that Russian force. That's a lot of men right there. I'd love to know, I don't know if my spy worked for the Entente. I don't think he did, but it would be fantastic to know. Actually, then again, right, so a battleship squadron and a other fleet has arrived in the channel. That's quite interesting, we could try and sink those. It's basically anything less than the Grand Fleet is not really much of a threat. But for the time being, we've got easy pickings with the fleet elements in the English Channel. No idea where the Grand Fleet is though, unless it's been divided or something like that. But the best bet is it's probably up at Scarpa Flow in the Orkney Isles. Probably chilling due to the terrible weather that would damage the fleet. Well, we'll sink one ship then, I don't mind that. Would have liked to sink them all, but one ship is fine. As long as we continue to tally up more enemies. I do need to deal with the blockade, actually, of Germany. The longer it goes on, the worse it will get, so we'll have to deal with it at some point. Though if we can weaken the Entente's naval power, then that will greatly go to helping our empire. Okay, the Ottomans are on their way. Sweet! All 12! These are transports as well, and we sunk, well, we killed 600 men, well, 600 sailors. But that's good, we took no damage at all, and we sunk another 12 ships, so that's pretty fucking good for us. I really enjoy being able to do that. Okay. The line of Russians. I see they are trying to overwhelm Germany by weight and numbers. But the thing is, they can honestly come straight at me at Königsberg and he would do nothing. Alright, a battleship squadron. No. We engaged them, but no damage inflicted, sadly. The Implacable, the London, the Prince George, and the Caesar. That would have been good if we could have sank these. They're quite valuable elements. Okay, I would love to try and sink that, actually. Depending on the weather next turn, we may pursue them or we may head for home. Okay, so the Serbians didn't actually cross into Austrian territory. Good to know, good to know. Still just waiting for this weather to clear up. I think with the Austrian armies we can now begin our advance on the Russians. I mean, there's what, maybe 6,000 left from those armies at Lundberg, so we can try and hunt them down and destroy those. Okay. Waiting for the turn. There we go. Sweet. So, war weariness, though we gained some morale from a battle, so that was good for us. We didn't capture anything, so that's a shame. Right, so Konrad von Hotzendorf. You've taken command of this army, and that's not good, actually. Which army was it? Ah, here we go. Okay. So we are going to send out the first army. One day. Ah, okay, it was your force. Okay. We'll send 2 armies over here. Yeah, they really don't have anything here. I mean, we have so many men right here. Good point to check this. Oh. There we go. Then these men can remain here. I'll put them all under a Hotzendorf, and then at least that's another army. Yeah, there we go. So, he can act as a, reserve. Okay. Interesting. Cruisers and some destroyers. They would be very welcome in the Grand Fleet. Which is down here, actually, somewhere. Hmm. Right, so there's cavalry off the coast. Right, select coastal region. We'll select here. Hmm. Can I send the one corps over? Right, distant and low, so we'll try this again then. Huh. Okay, well it says they'll disembark there, so we'll see. Right, there's a transport squadron here on the Suez, interesting. So hopefully with the Austrian fleet and the Ottoman ships over there, as well as the Goeben and the Breslau, then we should have quite a good bombardment force there to hopefully give our forces the edge that they need to make a naval landing on Alexandria. That's going to take far too long, so bugger it. 35 days ain't bad though. Right, that's quite a fleet there. We'll cancel these movements for the time being. We are at war with the Belgians though, aren't we? It's just the thing with Africa, it's like the distance in between the places and the dig-in value of the forces there is quite, well, scary. That's a interesting force. I'm really happy that the French decided not to push over here. The weather has still not cleared though, so that's bloody horrific in early February as well. Yeah, the harsh weather. Okay, so we'll happily stay in the channel for the time being and continue to rip their shit up, I suppose you could call it. Scientific terminology there, people. Okay, so that's the largemouth forces over here. Right, so let's check the log. Yeah, I can keep promoting these guys as long as there's no one that would actually cost me victory points. Okay, so he's a 3-star. Can't promote him because he's not in range, but we can do in the future, so we'll bear that one in mind. Should prove quite valuable. Wrong province. Well, fair enough. Okay. So we have 3 breaches within Antwerp. We inflicted 20 hits to the enemy during the siege of Antwerp. The Western Entente has made a breach within Bourgogne. Oh, Baston, sorry. Fair enough. I might as well combine these forces, I guess. The reserves could just sit there, along with the cavalry. Okay. We'll see how things go then. Okay. We have some more people over here, actually. I reckon we could exploit this gap, actually. And try and crush forces over here. We have enough strength to hold this area quite easily. Okay, well this is actually a really well-formed army. I'm impressed. I am impressed. Okay. Well, any attack would come from this angle over here. That one's for sure. I think we're going to make our way north. 26 days, and that would be the quickest way. Right, we do have a cavalry commander here, don't we? Yes, we do. Very interesting. 6 days. If we could capture the rail here, move around them, 11 days, to here, that would be 16 days. Then we could begin the process of trying to cut them off, actually. And this is a very important objective over here, Reims. Or Reims. Yeah. We'll try and get behind them. I'm probably just going to have to assault this bloody place, aren't I? This is ridiculous. Okay, we'll go for an assault. It's got 3 breaches in it, so it has no defensive value. I imagine it's going to be fuck all in here. It'd be like some supplies or some shit. Probably be something like that, no my luck. Colonial. Carl van Vulo. Yeah, munitions is obviously still something we need to look at. Okay, so we have 3,122 conscripts. I think we should begin construction, well, constructing more forces. Right then, the moment of truth. Okay, interesting, interesting. Right. Let's see. The Entente has definitely used one of their options over here. Let me find it. Oh, we got a victory point for that. Fantastic. Western Entente succeeded in retreating from battle on the Strait of Dover at day 13, hour 1 after taking 38 hits, and this was over here actually. Right. Italy has shifted 5% alignment towards the Entente due to Ottoman Empire's alliance with Central Powers. Romania has shifted 5% alignment. Interesting. So has Bulgaria, so that shifted all of them. I should have waited with the Ottomans then, actually. God damn it. Didn't know about that one. Ah. Already made that one. That one was last turn. Dianuzio. Italy moves 15%, well, 10% towards the Entente. So let's look at this one then. So we are at 71% alignment. Now, do you know, guys, do you know what that means? That's the most amazing thing now. Because they've used their event. It shifted them 10% towards them. And even with the Ottomans entering into the war, which gives them a further 5%, hell, we're at 71%. We've activated the Pro-Central's alignment bonus. So basically, Italy is more or less guaranteed to join the Central Powers from now on. There's not much they can do against it. Really is not. Oh yeah, wow, I do lose quite a bit of land, don't I? Yeah, I should probably take the fortresses, but honestly I couldn't be bothered. Fairly lazy in that regard. So, yeah. We can definitely try and bring the Italians into the Central Powers. Now that would be beautiful, that would be absolutely amazing for us. Just unbelievable. I mean, I'd love to try and bring Greece in as well into the Central Powers, that would be fucking hilarious. Okay, how are we going with the other minor powers, actually? We've looked at the major powers, let's look at the minors. So with Holland, well, the Netherlands, we're at 54%, so that's good. Oh shit, wow, that shifted Greece quite heavily towards them, actually. I might stop influencing Holland and go for Greece, actually, and try and prevent that. Japan, 2% rebel alignment. Sweden. I'll take it from Sweden. I'm pretty into Greece. Not really issues there. Okay. So we have the rebel alignment, which is increasing, obviously, which we are trying to deal with. Let's take a look at the morale of the other powers. So the Western Entente is at 89, and the Eastern Entente is at 92. So their power has gone up, actually. They've increased it quite considerably by recruiting more men. But the fact is that they've recruited so many men. That means they're in a bad position. So let's take a look over here. So, do we have anything like that? No. We have the balloon. So we could add this to our force. There we go. It even adds some extra combat power, actually, due to the cohesion addition, I imagine. Okay. Now, would we lose or gain any extra? Oh, actually, no. Could have done with sending more generals his way, couldn't I? Ah, well. I dislike, wait, you'll see. There we go. I'm going to make sure I get the Mountaineer in here, just in case. But yeah, I don't really like this one as much. It's not as good. Yeah, I might as well add it, though. Then again, add the balloon, can actually get that in. Increases the coordination between moving regiments. Increases our... Well... Let's try that one as before, then. No, still a markable decrease in combat power there for some reason. Let's try that one more time, then, shall we? We'll try it as it was then, to see how that influences things. Well, okay. Fuck it. I want to smash this force. I could be there in 13 days. Right, so we'll go for conservative attacks. I'm going to leave these munitions behind that are empty. There we go, we have plenty of supply there. And we do have these guys, actually, so... Right, that does increase the combat power. Which is really nice to know, actually. We could really boost our army's combat power by increasing the size of the air force, then. I mean, it's only 20, but it does add up. Okay, so I'm going to increase the size of our military. We only have 336, well, 66 war supply at the moment, so, yeah. We'll go about and recruit more infantry divisions. Get a Mountaineer in there just for the speed in the future. Okay. There we go, plenty of extra divisions. Plenty of extras. And we still have a lot of conscripts as well, so that's good for us. I might spend the... Yeah. I'm going to spend this. I mean, it's going to hurt me a little bit in national morale. and victory points, but I do need the cash.